What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we've got another live fantasy football mock draft for you back on FantasyPros with a 10-team full PPR mock where we will be selecting third overall. Our roster, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, and then 5 bench spots. But that's pretty much it. So let's get right into it. And while we wait for this thing to load, a quick reminder, if you enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. Let us hear in the comments section, do you agree, disagree, along with any other questions you guys might have. We'll do our best to answer them all. But with that being said, let's get right into it. And as you can see, the first 2 picks have been made. They are Christian McCaffrey followed by Austin Eckler. So FantasyPros here, which compiles a bunch of rankings across the board from different platforms, from a lot of experts, well, they're saying McCaffrey, Eckler are the first 2 picks. So they still believe in the running back position, folks. And that's the way I tend to lean as well, even though a lot of places, ESPN, Yahoo, you're seeing Justin Jefferson go first overall. But look, either way, again, that's a conversation for another time. Right now, we have to make a selection. Do we go running back? Do we go wide receiver? So I do know that in FantasyPros here, there's going to be a little bit more of a emphasis on the running back position. Again, I think come August, come September, things are going to kind of normalize and shift back to that way. But since I know so many of you are, of the mindset, okay, Justin Jefferson first overall or a top 3 selection, let's go with that. Let's play around with that. I do think there's a potential tier break, here, potentially with Bijan or Austin Eckler, depending on how you feel about the rookie in Atlanta. So let's go with the number 1 overall wide receiver in Justin Jefferson, even though I think that Cooper Kupp isn't too far behind. And then let's see what we have available to us in the second round, because I still think that there are going to be potentially some good fits. And I'm not going to lie to you, I think we lucked out a little bit. So I'm looking at the draft board right now. Obviously went with Justin Jefferson. Then it was Jamar Chase, followed by Saquon Barkley, then Tyreek and Cooper Kupp. So, 4 wide receivers in the first 7 picks. I'd have Cooper Kupp as my number 2 wide receiver. Then you see Jonathan Taylor, followed by Travis Kelce. A run on wide receivers here. Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown with the 10th, 11th, and then 12th pick. Bijan Robinson falls to the second round. Insane value. One of the best value picks you're going to see in this entire draft. Then Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, Josh Jacobs in the middle of the second round, then Devontae Adams. So honestly, we're in a really good position right now to take a running back, even though I tend to believe that the running back situation here is going to get exhausted pretty quickly. Like, I think that Tony Pollard, Ramondre Stevenson, Nick Chubb, and Derrick Henry are probably going to be the next 4 picks in some type of order. Here, I'm not going wide receiver. I think we've gotten to the point where Jalen Waddle would probably be my pick, but at running back, there's just way too many temptations. And I've said it before, I really like Tony Pollard. I also like Nick Chubb. But look, let's go right now with the guy that isn't on the franchise tag. Let's go with the guy that no longer has to worry about Kareem Hunt. I'm going to go with Nick Chubb here. I think there's a potential that if we went Tony Pollard, Nick Chubb could fall to us, but I don't want to get too cute here. I'm going to operate under the assumption that that wouldn't be the case. So we're going to go with Nick Chubb. Again, I really do like Tony Pollard, but I'm just switching it up a little bit. So we go with Nick Chubb, and let's see what we have left available to us. So yeah, Tony Pollard was a selection immediately afterwards. Then Breece Hall, then Ramondre Stevenson, then Mark Andrews. So I'm actually happy Mark Andrews went. That leaves us with some options here. I've called Derrick Henry a guy that's very, let's just call it boom or bust, risky. In the third round, though, it's kind of tempting considering I only have 1 running back. We already have a wide receiver in Justin Jefferson who's, an absolute stud. So Derrick Henry right here could be a pretty decent selection. I've kind of insured myself having Nick Chubb already. Now, again, these 2 running backs are not the biggest PPR studs in terms of pass catching, but pure rushing upside, it's definitely there. Like, I think these 2 guys are both in the top 5 in terms of standard scoring leagues. So here, just because of, upside. I recognized, again, definitely recognize the potential floor and the potential drop off. I'm gonna be a sucker for the upside though. I'm gonna go with Derrick Henry and then see how this thing plays out afterwards. See if we can get some good value. Oh man, Joe Mixon is still available to us in the 4th round. So let's see what happened here. After we went Derrick Henry, we've seen Najee, Travis Etienne, then Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith. I was debating Jalen Waddle, I'm not gonna lie. Kenneth Walker, Patrick Mahomes at the end of the 3rd round, then TJ Hawkinson, Aaron Jones, T. Higgins, Keenan Allen, a little bit of a run on quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen. So the top quarterbacks are off the board. Then Chris Olave falling all the way to the middle of the 4th round. Again, do keep in mind this is a 10-team league, so guys are going to drop. That's really good value. Then Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm happy Jahmyr Gibbs went. Joe Mixon is still there. I think that's a tremendous value at this point in time. So, ensuring ourselves even more so, just showing you our roster. We already have Chubb. We have Derrick Henry. I think getting Joe Mixon here arguably gives us, one of the better running back trios. And we already have Justin Jefferson. So I feel good about that. I think that's the way I'm leaning. I think Joe Mixon is a steal in the 4th round. I'm going to go that way. So we have a running back position secured 1,000%. So right now, let's take a look at what's available to us at wide receiver, at tight end. So we're going to look at the cheat sheet here. We're going to see the next best names. DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley are very tempting. That's the way that I would personally go if I'm going wide receiver. Miles Sanders I also really like, but we're loaded at running back at this point in time. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to probably go with either Moore or Ridley. George Kittle is also on my list, but I think, he could fall to us. That's probably more of a long shot, right? But there's also some other tight ends that I like more so later on, like Kyle Pitts, Dallas Goedert, Darren Waller. I think one of those guys could fall to us. Like I know Ridley and DJ Moore won't. So I've pretty much talked myself into a second wide receiver. Now the question is, which one do you go with? DJ Moore, who's not on as high of a pass, heavy offense, or Calvin Ridley, who we know the talent is there, but he's had time off. He's with a better quarterback. Honestly, I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley here. We're really going high upside with this roster. And wow, DJ Moore falls to us. I would not have thought that in a million years that he would fall to us, considering where he was ranked, considering, what we were hoping would happen. So let's see why that was the case. After we went Calvin Ridley, Lamar goes, Jerry Jeudy, J.K. Dobbins, Alexander Madison, a little bit of a run on running backs. Miles Sanders going at the end of the 5th round. That is insane value. Deontay Johnson being, taken here. Marquise Brown, a guy that I would have considered in the 6th round. Hopkins, who's still not on a team, mind you. Then Joe Burrow, George Kittle. So George Kittle and Dallas Goedert both off the board. I had a feeling that George Kittle would probably go, but I thought let's take a chance. So right now, Kyle Pitts and Darren Waller would be my next 2 choices. Let's look at the draft board though. We're picking 3rd overall. Somebody already has taken Mark Andrews here, so we know for a fact that either Waller or Pitts will fall to us. So basically, I'm doing a little bit of a cheat sheet here, a little bit of a big brain move. I'm taking DJ Moore, and then I know that either Pitts or Goddard will be there for us, and that's exactly what happens. So Dallas Goedert is there for us. I think high pass catching upside in New York. You could argue he's the best, pass catcher that they have. So it's important to get those positional advantages in these smaller leagues. We could potentially do that with Trevor Lawrence, get the stack with Calvin Ridley, but I'm going to place a higher value on the tight end position. So we're going to go with Darren Waller here. I like that value for us. I don't think we potentially missed out on anyone insane. I'm happy we got Waller. Like, in terms of Dak Prescott is still there. I think he's a very good selection as well. Wide receivers, I don't love what's left right now. I do like Jordan Addison. Running backs, man. So Javonte Williams, Alvin Kamara is still there. Alvin Kamara is tempting right now if we would just want to continue bully the running back position and get depth. These guys already have a quarterback, so we know that we don't have to worry about Dak Prescott being selected. So again, another big brain move. We're going to go with Alvin Kamara here, folks, and go for the upside. potentially when he returns, we've got a top 10 running back, especially in PPR formats. So again, now shifting a little bit to those pass-catching running backs, I really like the way this thing is going for us. We're going to get Dak Prescott in the next round. So that's exactly what happens. We really played this out well and thought this over. And, we got lucky in a couple selections, like obviously with DJ Moore, who's a bench guy for us, falling. So we've built pretty good depth here. I like the situation. Let's again look at the draft board, see if anything crazy has happened. So there was a run on the running back position, some backup running backs here, the run on the tight ends to be expected. So I think right now we're in a situation where we might see some good value at wide receiver. It's exactly what happens. Yes, I already have Justin Jefferson, but I think getting Jordan Addison as a potential, backup there, I like that. We're in a situation where we can get handcuffs as well. Jerome Ford, Jamal Williams, it's already kind of marked for us. I'm going to go with Jordan Addison, though. I'm going to go with the highest upside guy, somebody that I personally like. So let's go with Jordan Addison here. And then at running back, we'll get potentially either a not Jamal Williams, but it's okay. Jackson Smith and Jigba here is also very, very tempting. I'm not going to lie. Another high upside rookie. Let me look at the draft board, or I should say the cheat sheet. So at this point in time, I'm not going to select another tight end or another quarterback. I feel good about Dak Prescott. A quarterback I would take here is probably Aaron Rodgers. I think he's gonna have a bounce back season. Actually, let's see how this turns out. I'm gonna take Jackson Smith and Jigba here probably. Again, just get value on some very talented pass catchers. So I like that situation for us. And then let's make one final selection and see who it will be. I'm just looking at value at this point in time. We've gotten to the point where it's just all about value. We could go our handcuff and Jerome Ford for Nick Chubb. I think that makes a lot of sense, even though we've got great depth. I could go Greg Dulcich in case Darren Waller gets hurt. That kind of would make sense, especially with Waller's recent injury history. So it's I think it's probably going to be Greg Dulcich. I've kind of talked myself into that. So let's do that. We've already got Dak Prescott, and we're going to go Dulcich here. Gerald Everett also an option. So let's see the draft grade we get. A-, one of the higher grades we've gotten. And honestly, I 100% agree with that. I really like how this draft turned out for us. We got the number one wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, and we got really good value at running back in Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry. And we recognized that Derrick Henry was a risk, but guess what we did? We then got Joe Mixon. We then got Alvin Kamara. So we're very deep at the running back position. And then to Justin Jefferson, we added a high upside receiver in Calvin Ridley. We also got DJ Moore, a potential breakout. We got some high upside rookies in Addison and Jackson Smith and Jigba. We got Darren Waller. We got Greg Dulcich, who kind of broke out as a rookie last year. And we got Dak Prescott, a top 10 quarterback. If this thing went another round, I would have added Aaron Rodgers. I like how this thing turned out for us. I agree with the grade, but hey, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree, disagree, along with any other questions you guys might have? We'll do our best to answer them all. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. And in the meantime, we'll see you guys in future videos.